My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is December 14, 2024. It is 5:50 a.m. I'm in the middle of editing. I just finished edit one of the videos that I recorded yesterday. I was in the same position when I recorded them because I was editing and the night was almost over. People's gonna get up and I was like, I have some tweets. Let me record them before they get up. So this is where I'm at today as well. So I gather about I think 14 tweets, no, 15 tweets I added to it. I was thinking of putting them on one video, but there's a possibility I might split them. They might be short videos, but the content of them will make sense why I put them in different channels. Okay, so this is what I have right now. I have 9 tweets here, and I put a dog video near the end, and there's some dog videos as well. If I do split the recording into 2. So anyway, let's do the background of this channel and then go on Twitter. 4,460 subscribers. I believe it's the same as yesterday. Estimate revenue $89.35. Analytics 437 views in the last 48 hours. If you guys want to support my channel, you could become a member. Obviously subscribe and like and share videos, and you could donate to PayPal or Cash App. These are ways you could support my channel. All right, so let's go on Twitter. We're gonna start with one tweet. I believe this is on the list, I think. Okay, so the other day there was something that was going on. Oh, this tweet, I shared it the other day. And when I respond to it, and I was like, what did he do now? Because I don't follow the Derangers. So the tweet said, the tantrum from said little man. You would think he could just shut up and enjoy The Many Handsome Men and the polo on Netflix. That was the tweet, right? And I was like, what did he do now? And apparently someone responded. So this is the response that I want to share with you. I won't say Dan Wooten hates Prince Harry. However, I do see his obsession and envy toward the born prince, who is over 6 foot, a millionaire, has a loving wife and gorgeous kids. Okay, versus Dan, the sad little man who's on YouTube. And let's not forget the allegation from Byline that was made against him, and he's off from whatever job he was in. And what was the channel that or company he was working for on TV? He was making millions. And then after the allegation from Byline, I think they wanted to get rid of him. They did not know how, and they did not know what he, Dan Wooten, had on them, because he was doing some crazy things, recording people without knowingly. So he had some goods on some people, I guess, to protect himself. In my humble opinion, the company that he was working for, that he was on TV and stuff like that, they know what he has on them, or maybe they do, but they just want to get rid of him. They did not know how. So in my humble opinion, they create this narrative where this woman start complaining that they were laughing at her and this and that. Some of you might know more of it. I did talk about it in one of my videos. So because of what the woman said, and I think there was an actor that was on that same particular episode of things, and I think he's in some trouble as well. I don't know if he's dealt with the trouble, but he had some issues later on as well. So because of the situation that happened with the woman, and they were laughing at her, and I think then Wooten had apologized for the situation, but the company took it a little bit further and got rid of him. And my humble opinion, from looking at it from afar, okay, I do not know the whole scenario, but from that aspect alone, I would assume this is the reason why, or they create the reason to get rid of him. Okay, so now he's on YouTube. That's why he's on YouTube. Okay, but let's listen. There will be screenshots. Okay.
5 hours.
Ay. Let's start all over.
On Netflix. And I'm actually not exaggerating when I say this was the least entertaining, most self-obsessed,
What?
worst series on Netflix in its history.
Oh my God! If you watch the docu-series, it was a very small portion. A very small portion where they mentioned where Harry and Meghan appear. That's when they were showing the center ballot thing, and they didn't even show too much of them. But you know it's 5 hours and you don't like them. Who told you to click? Nobody forced anyone to watch it. Why do you even have Netflix? I thought many of these people wanted to get rid of Netflix. Oh my goodness. But let's continue.
5 hours of polo on Netflix. And I'm actually not exaggerating when I say this was the least entertaining, most self-obsessed, worst series on Netflix in its history, and actually the final nail in the coffin of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's entertainment career.
Oh my God. No wonder why the squad was saying. I saw a tweet where the squad was saying that, they still have another nail on the coffin. There was a tweet that mentioned it. Oh my God. Wow. Go look for yourself. That's all I have to say. Okay? Just go watch for yourself and see if the entire series, the docu-series, was about them. Wow. If I didn't watch it, I don't know. I know they lie anyway, but I don't know what I would have thought. Wow. It's a small portion. A very minor. Maybe, I don't know. How would you say? Not even 5 minutes. Just a small little conversation, Meghan with that other player. And then they show a portion of where they were doing the center ballot thing. That was it. Meghan didn't even appear that much. Just that small portion where she was speaking Spanish with one of the players. And Harry was talking with that same player as well. Wow. Again, in my humble opinion, whatever he just said is completely wrong. Okay? Go watch for yourself. That's all I have to say. And see if you come with the same conclusion as the guy. What's his name? Dan Wooten. But let's listen to this guy.
Oh, Dan, is this your whole existence, talking about these two? You are absolutely obsessed. I almost feel sorry for you, Dan. I'm like, these two people trigger you so much that you've now been kicked off the regular TV. You've now got your own platform, and you spend all your...
That's what I was saying about him having his own platform now that he is on I'm saying Twitter, on YouTube. Because he was on national television, saying his nonsense. And that scenario that I told you, I think they created to get rid of him. So now he's on YouTube lying. Okay, let's continue.
Your time on that platform talking about these two, and you've put yourself through, and you're telling your audience you're absolutely triggered and traumatized by watching a show that they executive produced and they don't really appear in. So
bingo, this is what I'm saying. I swear I didn't listen to that. Once I saw the person responded to it, and I said, I need to share it with you, to show you the response to it. Okay, let me move it back. This is exactly what I was saying.
You're absolutely triggered and traumatized by watching a show that they executive produced and they don't really appear in. So you could actually say they're not really in your life at all. And this this whole series has nothing to do with them.
Thank you.
But you're going to make it about them. And you're going to make it about you telling the world how much you hate these two. And I'll leave you with this tweet, Dan. Shout out to #SadLittleMan, Martin Brunning aka Dan Wooden, who, if he had any actual talent, wouldn't be a YouTuber fixated on Harry and Meghan. And I won't say the last bit because it's a bit rude, but...
Wow. Wow.
Do you speak Spanish? No?
Yes.
Okay, this is the part where Harry and Meghan appear together, and then a little bit of Harry talking with that same player, having a conversation. That's it. That was the only part they appear in. Okay, the person is 9 seconds here.
You know he did. We're 6.
Do you speak Spanish? No?
Okay, let's see the next one. There they are. I love this portion where they point at each other. I think Harry speaks Spanish, but
And actually,
I think Harry speaks Spanish. He's just not comfortable speaking it, I guess, for the world to hear. I don't know. He's been with Nacho for a very long time. I think he speaks a little bit of Spanish.
final nail in the...
Okay, let's see here. Can't wait for court. Oh, what is that? Then Wooten launches a tirade against the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Quote, "It's so much easier for them to blame anything uncomfortable on racism rather than address the fact, the negativity toward them coming from within the royal family." Okay, so that one of the videos he once said. I think I have it somewhere.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Okay, it has been alleged that Kensington Palace trusted staffer Christian John has been leaking information about Harry and Meghan to the Sun newspaper's Wooten. Jones is denying the allegation. Here is Wooten bragging about having confidential Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's plan in his possession. Okay, King tried to block Prince Harry from suing Sun publisher Court Hears Prince Harry to argue at January trial that his father acted to discourage him from pursuing legal action against News Group newspaper. Okay, King Charles pushed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex into commercial deals in the US by withdrawing £700,000 funding for a trial year in Canada over a royal cash for leak scandal sparked by journalist Dan Wooten. Byline Time can reveal. This is the thing that I was just talking about. Byline Time has said something about him. The financial sanctions stem from a refusal to remove from legal papers the name of a Kensington Palace aide whose partner was receiving money from the Sun newspaper executive editor allegedly for stories about Megxit and Prince Archie. It resulted in the collapse of the Syndrome Agreement struck under the late Queen in January 2020 to give Prince Harry and Meghan Markle an opportunity to escape the royal press water in the UK and continue in public service from North America. That Syndrome Agreement thing, Harry had a part of it in his book. The thing was that they had already made a plan for Harry. They pretend that they're giving him options, but the institution had already choose for Harry, and because it was already printed. And I think there was something, they said something about the printer had some issues. The squad sometimes make fun of that, and depend on the conversation. Okay, so they were pretending for the public as if they're trying to make a negotiation with Harry. But when in fact, they had already choose what they wanted for Harry.
Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Which was to get him out of there, remove his security and all of that. Okay, now, as part of a 3-year investigation into the conduct of Wooten, which has already unmasked him as a serial catfish, this is the thing that I was talking about. Okay, and sparked a Metropolitan Police probe, Byline Times is publishing a 3-part special into his dealing with the royal household. Go somewhere in one of my videos. Okay, some of the videos that I have, I spoke about that. Okay, and I think I read some of the articles in one of those in some of the videos. Okay, I can't stand wooden accent, it's so creepy, I had to mute it. Okay, so if you want to hear what, well, unless if you have caption at the bottom. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. So pretty much this tweet
Coffin of
was the response to
Prince Harry
oh my
and
God.
Meghan.
Oh my God.
And Markle's entertainment.
Let me mute it. Okay, so that was the response to my question. What did he do now? That was a couple of videos ago, and I asked when I saw this. The person, one of the squaddies posted, the tantrum from said little man. There's that. You would think he could just shut up, enjoy the many handsome men and polo on Netflix. So when the person wrote this, and I was like, what did he do now? And then this is the response. Okay, the squad responded, put a link of what he did. Okay, so I'm sharing with you, since many of you are not following the Derangers as well, or not even on social media. Okay, I'm done with this. Next tweet. Okay, reader, Major Tim hit the nail on the head about royal reporters being talentless dullards. Okay, England, United Kingdom. When it's talked about what economic contribution the royal family make, you need to count the sheltered employment it creates for journals of little talent who make a living by inventing royal stories out of thin air. I remember when I first started, sharing with you on a daily basis the nonsense that's going on in the UK. I remember thinking, where do they come out of these things? One day they get up and said, this is gonna be the problem of the day. And then they will go to their file cabinet, or if Harry or Meghan doing something, they already have their headlines already printed. All they need to do is change their names and things like that, and removes the situation and replace it with the current event. Little did I know, I think this is exactly what's happening. Every morning they get up, they create a problem to talk nonsense. And it's almost the same thing here. Okay, in the late 90s, there was a comedy sketch show called Armstrong and Miller, where one of the characters was a royal reporter named Terry Devlin. It was an art caricature of how ridiculous the fawning psycho fans are. You can watch clips on YouTube and not much has changed. Let's pause this. We'll check it out. Thank you. It sounds spot on. Okay, or create stories out of their backsides. There's that, exactly. That's an ad. Funny because it's true, so true. The royal reporters are talentless dullards, and we should need less of them. If something doesn't happen from now till the next administration in the US, it's gonna get worse. And if there's no stop to it, I do not know when this will ever stop. It will take centuries, because it seems like many people's minds tends to easily influence by the negativity. If we do not stop it now, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to pray for my kids and my great grandkids, because I do not see how it will stop. Okay, next tweet. I mean, the devil, all they need is a small of opportunity, a small little crank to get through and to spread their nonsense. They watch everything that everybody does, and then once they see something is going on in a repetitive fashion, they create their own version of it to misrepresent that particular, the original version. Okay? For instance, not too long ago, I mentioned in one of my videos, I don't know if I deleted it. I went to the supermarket and I was looking at fried plantain. Very rarely now in the United States, people who's from the Caribbean and other places, probably some part of Africa, I'm not sure, because I've never been to Africa to see all of their dishes type of thing. So while I was at the supermarket and I was looking at fried plantain being put in a bag like chips, okay? And then I was thinking, and I was like, now you can't even buy plantain anymore because those huge company already grab all of whoever part of the world used to send plantain over here for us to use and things like that. You can't even buy plantain anymore to make it on your own because those huge company already grab those plantain and turn them into chips, and now the people, the originals, the people who uses this as their dishes can't even find it anymore. Now they just put them in a how do you say that, they package it for you to buy it. And then I'm looking at a small little package worth $7. I'm like, what? And then the other day I bought one of them because I was craving it. And after I ate it, I did not feel well. That means the oil that they use must not go well with me. Okay? So these people, anything original from the founders, from the native of the land, okay, they grab it for themselves and then repackage it, sell it back to those people in their own version. It's no longer the original version anymore. And this is why I'm very, very upset. Well, a lot of people. One of many reasons, okay? Mine is one of many. There's other reasons, okay? What's going on with the Middle East, the Palestinian. Cultures have been destroyed. You know, generation of culture within the Palestinian gone, wiped out. Now, those young people, if there are any, because they took out some babies, whoever left, those cultures, I don't know how will this part of the world will ever be known if the people who use it every day are no longer there to pass it on to the next generation. I spoke about it. I even bought what's his name's Bourdain, what's his first name? I'll put his picture, okay? Because I used to watch his TV show, The Travel. He travels around the world, and especially in the Middle East. He's been to Syria, and I'm not sure if he went to Palestine or anything like that, but some part of the Middle East, he will go to the region where most people will not go, sit with a family, eat their dishes, drink with them, and all of that. You get to see the culture, the true cultures, not the manufactured culture. Okay, the true culture of the people, how they eat, how they dine with their family, kids sitting on the small table, adults sitting in the big table, joking, having fun. You will not see that anymore. You will not see that anymore because those greedy European, they're still at it. They are still at it, destroying cultures left and right. Let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Oh my goodness. These, if you listen to my podcast, you know, I bring many aspects of it. I remember when I first started talking about Harry and Meghan, and some people were saying, oh, Harry and Meghan, that's all they're here for. They're not about politics. And when I read some of those comments, and I'm like, then you're not following what's really going on. It's much more than that. They're all connected. They are all connected. For instance, what happened with Kamala Harris' campaign. I explained how she ran her campaign, the resemblance with the situation of Harry and Meghan. You really have to pay attention. If I look, for instance, what happened with the murder of the United Healthcare, I will be saying so much more than what is being played out. I will go into looking what's happening with the healthcare, the thing that they reported, and the young man, yeah, he's a young man, the young man who did the crime and all of that, to see the connection. Are they talking about all of that? It's just me trying to put, how will I say that, protecting my mental well-being, not to go too deep into some major topics that's being talked about in the U.S. in my last video that I just finished edit, I showed you a tweet where hospitals are putting patients out in the cold because their insurance are not paying. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. This is it here. Andrew continued to effed up after effed up. He continued to bring shame to the royal family. There's the laugh here. A friend of Prince Andrew has been unmasked as an alleged Chinese spy, plunging the royal family into a fresh crisis. Oh my goodness. You know what that reminds me? There's an image that I have where Andrew, it's a cartoonish type of picture. Look on the screen because I have it. He's eating pizza with his underwear, and then there's Harry walking with his suit, like as if it's Harry who brought shame to the royal family. Okay, yes, but he's white, so that's okay. I mean, I'll go into that in a few. Let me read some of. Oh, that was it. This is an ad. Let's go into that. Okay, that's from the Daily Beast. I will click on it, but I'm not gonna read it. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys want to read it. Okay, it's a decent. Oh, it's not that long. Okay, did they name the person? Let's read a few portion of it. Desperate Prince Andrew sought money from alleged Chinese spy. I mean, how much money does he need? He has a freaking 30-room mansion, and the place is like a freaking, I don't know, like another state. So many acreage of land. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these people. What happened with them is that they are too comfortable. They are too comfortable. And they want to show people that they have. I mean, I think he's receiving money from the military for joining in. I mean, why can't he downside? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, the shocking new revelation plunges the royal family back into a fresh crisis. When was this? Okay, December 12, 2024. This month actually. A friend of Prince Andrew's who was invited to his birthday party and tried to raise money for him has been unmasked as an alleged Chinese spy. But even his I don't know if his best friend, Epstein, okay, you saw they took picture of him in Central Park. He is a spy. He was a spy. Doing really, I mean, go back to some of my old videos. I spoke about it, the connection, and this is what unraveling right now in the US. Okay, the shocking revelation will cast new doubt on Andrew's murky finances just weeks after Buckingham Palace gave his account a clean bill of health and said his funds came from legitimate sources. Again, this is what happened when they never take responsibility for their action. They clean his finances, and then guess what? He went back again doing the same thing. So he never learned. And this is what I say about Harry. The hardship that they were giving Harry when he was young after his mom passed. Okay, you see Harry doing shopping at, what's that place? You know, bargaining. And he's working with hole in his shoes and all of that. They were training him. I told you that. They were training him at that time. The royal family felt like they were, I don't know what was in their mind, but punish him or whatever, treating him like a second-class citizen. Meanwhile, they were treating him, not training, they were training him how to manage his money. So now he's on his own, even though now he has trillion, even though it's for travelers, but he has ideas to create very wealthy type of businesses. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's very frugal with his money. The same with Meghan. Okay, because of the way he grew up, the way the royal family treated him and raised them with scarcity of things. So now that he has a family, maybe his money is spent on probably suit when he's going to do presentation of things. The squad usually point out how nice his suits are when he's in public. And you have your own eyes. You could see for yourself. Compare when he was at the royal family. Okay, so he knows how to manage his money. But the others, I don't know. And this is one of the reasons I said, if any of the royal family, their kids when they go to study, they should do finance. Go study about finance. That will help them to learn how to manage money, because to them, it seems like money grows on trees. They don't know the limit. Okay? In a clear sign, Andrew was trading on his royal title and name. The alleged spy was assured by advisor and Andrew's camp that he was at the top of the tree of the royal family affection. He was reportedly also told that the strength of Andrew's relationship with him could not be underestimated. The involvement of Andrew's family and this new breaking scandal will pose new questions over their lavish lifestyles. Andrew they give him money and they're getting information from him. Sometimes I wonder, those bags of cash Charles is getting. Okay? They don't give people money for free. I mean, they use their foundation as in my humble opinion, to seem like they're giving money to the foundation, but it's much more than that. You know, those people who work so hard to get information for their country in terms of spies and things like that. I mean, it goes both ways, you know. But the royal family just use the information, in my humble opinion, what so many people have risked their lives for, and then just give it away, and they kept the money for themselves. They should not let them near any information that the government have. Okay, but then again, they all corrupt, so who knows? That's allegedly, my humble opinion. Andrew has had documented problem with his controversial friendship. In 2019, he was ejected from his role in the royal family after a disastrous interview in which he said he was too honorable to end his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein by phone, instead combining the task with a days-long stay at the dead pedophile's luxury townhouse. And the thing is that if you guys been listening to some of my podcasts, look at the screen, because I will be putting some of the screenshots of that article, where one of the Queen's private secretary, who was literally doing his job, looking out for the crown, the institution, and the Queen, okay, the Queen's, I would say, third or fourth eyes, when Andrew and Charles wanted things from the Queen, and due to the advisement of that particular secretary, the Queen will eject Andrew and Charles' requests. So what Charles and Andrew did, they put their heads together as senior royals to overrule the Queen and throw out that secretary. Now, what that secretary knew about the Epstein situation. Now, to put it under the rug, okay, again, remember, put yourself in the shoes of that guy who's protecting. His job is to protect the crown, okay? He was aware, many of us may not like it, but that was his job, and he was doing it well. His job was to protect the crown, and he knew of the situation with Epstein. So he was trying to put the Epstein situation with Andrew under the rug, not to put it forefront. Andrew didn't see that. He didn't see that. And this is what led to the Virginia Giuffre and many other things. And it's like a child who does not know any danger, just running, and then people who's coming in front of him, let's say there's fire coming in front of him, he doesn't care, and people rushing in front of him, putting out fires for him, and he just walking through. That's Andrew. Okay? So they clean his financial situation. The Queen pays the Virginia Giuffre case, and then he went back to some problem again. My God. His ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, was also drawn into it. She borrowed $15,000 of Epstein when she got into financial difficulties. I mean, why can't they live within their means? Just stay humble. But my God, I don't know what else to say about that. The extraordinary and embarrassing connection between the alleged Chinese spy and Andrew were discovered by authorities after the spy, who has now been banned from Britain on national security grounds, was stopped trying to enter the UK in 2021 and had the content of his phone downloaded by border agents. Wow. According to a report in London Times, agents discovered a letter from the phone from Dominic Hampshire, an advisor to Andrew, which authorized the Chinese national to find Andrew partners and investors in China for a financial scheme known as Eurasia Fund. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking of what's her name? Anne's son, who did the milk commercial for China. But then again, he did the commercial. Depend on how you feel about it. At least he's making money. But who knows what else behind it. Right, the Times said the British Security Service, MI5, alleged discover the businessman 50 was a member of a Chinese Communist Party and was working for its United Front Work Department, which gathered intelligence. He was denied entry to the UK, a decision which has now been upheld despite an appeal. The letter from Hampshire reportedly told the Chinese national, quote, I hope that it is clear to you where you sit with my principal and indeed his family. You should never underestimate the strength of that relationship. Outside of his closest internal confidence, you sit at the very top of a tree that many people would like to be on. The letter hinted at internal subterfuge and Andrew's camp, saying they had wisely navigated our way around former private secretaries, and we have found a way to carefully remove those people who we don't completely trust. Under your guidance, we found a way to get the relevant people unnoticed in and out of the house in Windsor. Wow. And this is what I think with those cash bag full of cash. Similar thing happened. Okay, in a stinging rebuke, Judge Charles Bourne said the alleged spy had won a significant degree, one could say an unusual degree, of trust from a senior member of the royal family who was prepared to enter into business activities with him. He had what I think will be, because the royal family, top senior royals, in my humble opinion, look at this. What is it? The thing that they put Edward Young in that prevent heavy security. So they know a lot of stuff. Okay, those Five Eyes people, they know information about 5 different countries: the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So they know information about all of these countries. So if they have, they want information about certain country within those superpowers, I'm assuming they could get it from, from Charles and those people, the Five Eyes, because Charles put his people in there. Edward Young, he was replaced. And then in court documents where Harry said he did not know that some people who work in the royal family, the household, were part of the Five Eyes. So he was very surprised by that. So if Charles or Andrew want something from those secret, the Five Eyes, so they already have people in there to give them those information. Let's continue. I said I wasn't gonna read it. He added, quote, that occurred in a context where, as a contemporaneous document record, the Duke was under considerable pressure and could be expected to value the applicant's loyal support. It is obvious that the pressures on the Duke could make him vulnerable to the misuse of that sort of influence. Again, I don't know if these people... so many things is popping in my mind. First, do they really... yes, I think they understand their position, but when you look at the people on top, making those royal family be at need of them. Look how they were treating Harry, for instance, taking his security, don't give him any money and all of that to make him crawl back. So they're making things scarce for many of the royal family. So I think it's the same boat with him. What's his name? Andrew. So he wants to do things. The institution probably not giving him enough money, even though he got security and he got that house and all of that. But certain things, they're making it difficult for him. So he has to go outside of whatever the perimeter that he is in with the royal family. And he's doing all of this. And if he had the mind, I don't know. again, looking at Harry's perspective, if Harry was in the UK doing all of the businesses that he's doing now, the royal family will be upset about it. Will think that it's overshadowing. So that brings me back to Andrew. If he could do his own business without the attachment of the royal family, will the brother Charles will treat him the same way as he did with Harry? Am I making sense? It's like I'm not trying to make excuses for Andrew. First of all, he doesn't know his boundaries. He can't live within his own means, and he doesn't know any danger in terms of the safety of the country, because they get protected no matter what. The Queen and the whoever clean his financial, he doesn't know the hard work to get those money. So he keeps on doing and then put himself in position where he's dealing with spies and put the well-being of the country in a very bad place. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know if I'm making sense with all of this. These are my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. Let's continue. The revelation will heap new pressure on the palace to explain why, in a recent finding, Andrew's source of funds, which he is using to support his ongoing occupation of his palatial home, Royal Lodge, were deemed legitimate. Okay. I don't know. Are they gonna continue with that? Put pressure on the firm? And I think Charles probably had a hint of that. This is why they probably offer him the Frogmore Cottage. Okay. A document found on the suspect's spy phone said Andrew was in a desperate situation and will grab on to anything. There's the thing. The document dated August 2021 stated, quote, important managed expectation, a really important to not set too high expectation. He is in a desperate situation and will grab onto anything. Big key message, everything is going well. Going to plan C. Do not mention any big numbers as this will create unnecessary expectation and pressure. It continues, quote, if he does talk about money, things are going well, discussing with Dominic, who will follow up. B, if he asks about when deals are happening, making a good progress, not immediately, but in the not too distant future, it is better to underpromise than overdeliver. The historian Andrew Loney, who is writing a new biography of Andrew, told the Daily Beast that there have been long been concern about the exact nature of his contact and relationship with China. Quote, when no one wanted to attend his 60th birthday party, who turned up, Bernie, Ecclestone, who was trying to set up F1 in China, and the Chinese ambassador, he said, I think this is likely just the tip of the iceberg of the potential scandal surrounding Andrew's decade as the government's special representative for trade and investment. What? They give him that position, but he was make it for himself. Oh my God. And I'm saying that the US better watch out, because there's Trump putting all these people in those positions. Same thing is going to happen in the US. Oh my God. There needs to be a full investigation of exactly what he was doing, and the record needs to be released because there are clear signs of a cover-up. Okay. So this is the story. I read it, put my opinion. The link will be in the description. You guys go read it yourself again. Oh my God. Prince Andrew is single-handedly destroying the credibility of the British monarchy. And the thing with the Charles, with that bag full of cash, that investigation was wiped out. Nobody knows why he had the bag full of cash. I think they had said something about for his organization or something. Okay, this guy can keep his knob clean. Let me pause this. Okay, they probably have the Epstein client list. Who else is on that list? This is a matter of national security. Okay, so there's this Good Morning Britain, December 13. That was yesterday. Prince Andrew faced scrutiny over his links to an alleged Chinese spy who was preventing from entering the UK on security grounds by MI5. According to evidence disclosed in court, the man was invited to the Duke of York's birthday party and acted as a business advisor for his what? Let's pause it again. For his investment in China. Oh my God. Okay, so let's listen to that. And then I'm done with it. I'll move to the next one. I didn't think this was going to be long. Okay, so it will be 2 videos.
Question of that at all. MI5, who I'm standing in front of this morning, had identified this China.
I used to say MI15, so I used to say M15, so is MI5. All right, so let me start all over.
Question of that at all. MI5, who I'm standing in front of this morning, had identified this Chinese businessman who had a second home here in the UK as a potential spy on behalf of the communist government in China. Now, documents show that he tried to gain access to prominent figures here in the UK, including Prince Andrew. And in those documents, it shows on one occasion the two became very close due to their business contacts. So actually, Prince Andrew invited this Chinese businessman to Prince Andrew's birthday party. Well, documents in the court explain why all this came out in a moment, but documents show that actually Prince Andrew at the time was under considerable pressure, it shows, and that he's expected to have loyal support from the applicant, from this alleged Chinese spy. And it says it's obvious that the pressures on the Duke could make him vulnerable to misuse of that type of influence. Well, they even downloaded the Chinese businessman's phone that showed there had been contact between him and Prince Andrew.
Wow.
You know, the Chinese Communist Party is driven by 3 things: economics, 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 and they need influence. Once you're in that inner circle, you can then exploit the position that you're in there. And the Chinese are very active in this. Director General of MI5, only in the last 2 weeks, has talked about the threat from hostile intelligence services. Well, this is part of that threat that he's talking about.
So fascinating stuff that's beginning to emerge there, but all of this only just came to light because this 50-year-old Chinese businessman was banned from the UK on the grounds of national security. Only recently there's been this court case for him to try to appeal against this decision, which he has lost. And as a result of that, we're now getting these details of those links with Prince Andrew. We did approach Buckingham Palace for comment on all of this. They say that they don't actually comment on Prince Andrew since he's removed from royal duties a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Jonathan, thank you very much indeed.
All right, so that's the story with that. Okay, so there's another tweet regarding Prince Andrew. The last one, wow, took too long. Let me pause for a second. It looks like, you know what, let's continue. Next tweet, there's that. So 3 court cases involving Prince Andrew had told us a few things. 1, accused rapists, friends of Epstein. 2, received £1 million from a crook involved in fraud case. 3, security risk close to Chinese spy. Anyone else wonder what other myriad of things have not come to light yet? Okay, and according to the British press, the only person in that family who is not trustworthy is Harry. It's crazy. Okay, and this was Queen Elizabeth pride and joy, not exactly mother of the year. Okay, and we only know all this about Andrew because he is Charles' spare. Charles is absolutely no better than him. He's just protected. That's right. Like I was saying, the bag full of cash. I agree with that. That was an hour ago. Okay, the FBI still wanted to interview him. I wonder if King Chuck is going to protect him like the late Queen did. If we're gonna get the administration of Trump, forget it. It disappeared already. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Wow. Because these are the same group. That was one of the things I was thinking when I was listening to the video about Prince Andrew. All of these people, the Tories, the GOP in the US, okay, they're all the same. Manufactured problem. They don't really care. They do not care about the country itself. All they care about is money. Oh my goodness, we live in a fishbowl, but they think if they're destroying every corner of the world, where are they gonna run to? Next tweet. This is it here. Harry, you broke through the walls they built to keep you in. Okay, they are sacred shitless that you don't need them. They judge and attack you. However, these are the same ones who never had to fight for anything or experience the pain that forces you to make a move. Rise. Perfect, perfect. I even forgot I had this on the list. It's like what I was saying when I was reading the article. The way they raise Harry, making him being, treat him like a second-class citizen, and who knows how much money they gave him for him to go shopping. He was, being frugal with his money and things like that. Okay? So that teaches him how to be frugal. And this is how and why I think he is able to survive out there. And not only that, he has brilliant ideas and he's putting ideas to work. And then he has a very supporting wife who will help him, make his ideas come to life. Okay, they're perfect for each other. Not everybody could be Harry's wife. All right, like I said in one video, it's like when I think the video that talk about them going camping and stuff like that, I was like, I felt that in a second. And I explained my situation with my husband. But anyway, let's listen to this. Okay, so there's a music. Is there any other pictures? Okay, it's just a music. That's it. All right, let's go to the next one. I don't want to waste my time when I can even play the music anyway. It's the same image. Yeah, it's next to it. Okay, so I bookmarked this. LOL, she is not even a part of the royal family. Okay, so that was the tweet here, and I bookmarked this because I responded to it. The tweet was, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, is actually the star of the British royal family. I think I posted that on the community board. LOL, she is not even a part of the royal family. And this is my response here. Okay, me laughing. This is where the full part of your cuckoo side of you is in full display. You could have ignored this post and said nothing. Yet, fact is not your best friend. Google should be your second nature when in doubt. Guess what? Googled it. Simple, right? For you? Nope. These are the things I Google. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, is fifth in line to the British throne. I had to start with Prince Harry because this is who Meghan in connection with. All right. Let's go to the next one. You could pause and read everything else here. And then here, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, wife. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Okay. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, born Rachel Meghan Markle, August 4th, 1981, is an American member of the British royal family and a former actress. She is married to Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, the youngest son of King Charles III. Wow, they didn't put Princess Diana. Wow, they did not put Princess Diana in that. Okay, so there's that. I put what I search here. Which member of the British royal family Meghan is? I think I said here. Prince Harry and what I had typed is let me see if it will pop up on Google. Let me see. Which it will start giving. Okay, so this is what I had typed. Which member of the British royal family the media talk about the most? Okay, then this is what I found here. Okay, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. That was on my phone, and when I did that, and this is what I got. I screenshot. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are often the most mentioned members of the British royal family in the media. Prince Harry's 2022 autobiography, Spare, generate a lot of social media attention, though the book received mixed reaction. Okay, so there's that. So this is why I was like, stay on your world. Stay on your world. The reality will remain reality. And I was getting some crazy comment on my community board as well. Let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment from the original tweet, but I only wanted to focus on mine. Next one. It's weird that people who scream Meghan should contact her father are the same people thrilled at the thought of Charles not accepting Harry's phone call. These are full deranged people. Full deranged people. Okay, if I was Harry, I'll give that heartless man some phone space. The guy enjoy having this level of emotional and psychological control over his empath son. Why is Harry still giving him latitude which he share with the media to embarrass him? We don't know if anything the media says is true. If Harry could contact his grandmother without the media's knowledge, I'm sure he can do the same with his father. That's true. That is true. That's a very good counterbalance to that. Okay, both of them I sort of agree, but this one is a good counterbalance to that. Okay, so there's, okay, see, she agree. The person who responded, who wrote the tweet first. Okay, I really hope that Harry manages to close that chapter of his life, either by minding his relationship with his father enough so that he and his children can visit him in secret, or by cutting off the relationship altogether so as not to receive any more emotional damage. Well, he needs to keep the kids out of there. Okay, just keep the kid out of there. And Harry knows, okay, despite what what's this guy, the media, Piers Morgan, said about the who named the who had the conversation with the Archie skin color. Despite all of that, Harry knows. Okay, Harry knows who said that.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation with you?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
That conversation I'm never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay.
Because he's willing to continue to talk with his father.
Is he taking your calls now?
Yeah. He is. There's a lot to work through there. You know, I feel really let down because he's been through something similar. He knows what pain feels like. My father and my brother, they are trapped.
But with his brother, he says space. Okay? He says space. Whoever insert that part in Omid's book, okay, that's because they had access to it and they know how to do anything that they want. They probably know that they could get away with it. But Harry is the only person, Harry and Meghan, who knows who the person or people are. Because it's not about genuine care, it's about who is perceived to have control. They think Chuck is in control, so he's got to cut off Harry, but Meghan setting that boundary is not right in their mind party, because to them, the control power lies in who they prefer regardless of fault. Alright, this. And similar to Trump, similar to Charles, I feel like, you know, the Tories and the GOPs in their respective countries are the one who's controlling these people. And there's someone behind them who's actually controlling them. You had a group of senators in the US decided on 4th of July of, what year was that? I forgot which year. Decided to go to a country that the US have, you know, is an adversary to the US. Let's leave that as that. This. Okay, it's even weirder. They're asking the Sussexes to appease their abusive family when they personally wouldn't have done themselves. I've seen so many derangers who estrange from their family or their children. It's ridiculous. Sammy Marco is the biggest one. No self-awareness. Okay, if Harry didn't make the comments, I don't believe it. That's true too. Right? The screamers are laughing, beyond laughing, childish. So them, the only response to the screamers, understand. Is that it is sick, isn't it? 100%. All right, let's go to the next one. Derangers. Okay. Royalists, especially Kate fans, also effing weird, fantasizing about Meghan curtsying to Kate when if she becomes queen. Question: who is going to make the US curtsy, boo? Okay, Meghan hasn't set foot outside the UK airport in over 2 years. Yet, y'all can't wait for Charles to die. It's the emoji she used, or should I say the image, to see a black woman bow to Kate. Get the F out of here. Guess what? Even if Meghan go to the UK, she doesn't have to bow. She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. Alright, they fantasize about Meghan curtsying to Kate. 1, because of racism. 2, security masquerading as superiority because Kate has no discernible accomplishment. 3, they think William and Kate beat the Sussexes by becoming monarchs. The Derangers want to witness Meghan prostrate herself to Kate. Do you know how sick and twisted that is? Okay, love that GIF. There's the laugh here. It's true though. Okay, one of the biggest fantasies of the Royalists is to see the black woman bow to a white woman. Their hate is so deeply rooted in racism that they can't stand knowing Meghan is more successful and has achieved way more than that lazy woman. Perfect example to this. Look who's they wanted to be president. Bango. I actually president in the US. Okay, I actually think they have serious meltdown if Harry and Meghan don't go to that ceremony. There's the laugh here. They fantasize about this so much they literally may cry if they don't go. I don't think Meghan will go. I think Harry will go because due to his line of succession, because he is still part of that family. He will go, but not Meghan. So personally, I hope the weather in Montecito will be great so they can have a poolside barbecue on that day. You know what Meghan should do on that day of that coronation is for her to do something. I don't know, go out, hang out with her friends showing she's laughing, and that will overshadow the other one, the coronation. They will be apoplectic because the only way they feel like William and Kate can beat Harry and Meghan is to see William and Kate become monarchs and to witness Harry and Meghan prostrate themselves to them. Meghan is done with them. Why they should start fantasizing about Meghan and start praying real hard she's not replaced with someone else. It's obvious Willie wants a bad bee. Okay, Willie wants a bad bee who can captivate audiences with her intelligence and beauty. King Charles III is probably the only reason she is included in festivities. But with William will never learn. Will never learn. The same way, I've said this before, anybody with so much vibe, intelligent, and they're showing, they flourish on their own rights. Let's say someone similar to Meghan, okay? And William decided to marry that person. Guess what? They will turn that person into the type of person that Kate is, to just be quiet and be next to them. Maybe because Harry has Meghan and the world is talking about Meghan, maybe he will let his guard down and let that particular significant order be accomplished. But with these people, they do not like anybody overshadowing them. This is the problem. And William have grown up to be expected to never be overshadowed. So I don't know if this will ever get out of his system because it ingrained in him. It ingrained in him no matter who that person is. All right, let's leave that alone. Let me go to my last one. There's some good responses here. It continues. Okay, oh shit, I thought that was the last one and a whole bunch. Let me read the last one. Red and the word to describe them. Okay, I'm almost looking forward to her getting that crown just to have one glaringly empty seat at the coronation. I think Harry will show up. Okay, just because of the line of succession. And they will do the same thing, probably put a what do you call this? A feather to black his face. But he will show up because of the line of succession thing. Okay, so this is my last one. I know some of you asking for cat. Maybe I'll put another. Oh no, I'm already an hour. But let me share this with you here. This is love. Now, for those who are new, the reason I will interrupt this even 20-second video because YouTube gives me a lot of problem. I don't know if other YouTubers face that same situation when sharing a video where I cannot play it fully. But when I share another person's video, YouTube flag my channel or demonetize it automatically. This is what's happening in my other channel, Our Part of Pure Service. Okay, so I will interrupt that. This is a baby and a dog, and the dog is tired. You're gonna see where the dog is gonna end up. Okay, so there's a music. So there's the dog inching in, and look at the baby. Oh. But you know what's fascinating with these? Look at the dog looking like he's smiling. The baby knows the dog is, I'm assuming, aware that the dog is a pet. All right, so that's that. I'm not going to go to the comment. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for foot soldiers. I haven't done this in a while because many of these people are who's using other people to do their dirty work for them. We need to pray for them to have their own mind, to think that, to self-awareness, the thing that they're sending them out to do is wrong, but to put country first. Okay, this is the mindset when I say foot soldiers. Let's see what popped up. Prayer for foot soldiers. Anything? Okay, let's see here. If this doesn't fit what I'm thinking, what I just said, I'm gonna look for an image. Okay, Lord, hold our troops in your loving hands. Protect them as they protect us. Bless them and their families for the selfless act they've performed for us in our time of need. I ask this in the name of Jesus, our Lord Savior. Amen. This is pretty good, but let's see if that, I'm gonna pick one, okay, but not a long one. Let's pick this one. Okay, a soldier's prayer. When I put on my uniform, Lord, please help me be a soldier who's committed to life and liberty. There it is. This is what I was looking for. Life and liberty. As I pray for this great nation and for every soul of salvation, please equip me, Lord. Pray to fight the good fight every day. Give our leaders wisdom. Lord, if war becomes a must, may they only choose to fight for a cause that is just. Exactly. This is what I was looking for. When the day is over, Lord, most of all, I pray that you will keep in perfect peace your servants in harm's way. Amen. I think this is the perfect prayer that I was looking for. Luckily, I said it before I found it, so it could match with what I was thinking. I think this is as close as it will get. Okay, so that's it for this video. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, it seems like the video that I was rendering on my other computer just finished rendered, and I believe it's for this channel. Okay, so let me upload it now. I didn't do a thumbnails yet, so later today it will be public. And the date was the 13th. Okay, so this is the video. This is the date. Okay, that's how I put the date on my file. All right, so I'll finish this later so you guys could see it later. Okay, and there's me putting should be monetized and all of that, and later I'll play some things. That's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
you know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.